What's going on? It's late. Just got back from seeing Avengers Endgame, and I have thoughts. Oh, check it out. Mad Titan. Give it up for MCU's dopest villain.
I'll do more when I'm more awake. Right now, I'm definitely not, and I have so much to talk about. For now, though, I'm going to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning. Or, for y'all watching this video in a couple of seconds.
Good morning, and we are back with more. I mean, honestly, what can I say without spoiling this movie? I mean, the Russo brothers, y'all did it again, man. Congratulations to you guys. You guys have successfully ended a chapter, an age where, for some people, our childhood, like the things that we went to these movies with such giddy expectations and things like that, like for years. 22 chapters, man. 22 chapters of these Marvel movies, all leading up to this. I mean, I think they said that, Spider-Man Homecoming was supposed to be like the end of this phase, but as far as I'm concerned, man, Endgame was just the one that did it for real. And I'll be super surprised if Spider-Man makes me feel like, yeah, this was a closing of a chapter. But this movie was good.
Scratch that. That movie was great. Some people liked it, some people didn't, and that's fair to say because of the way it ended. But I think it was, though bitter sweet, it was still a pretty fair ending. And the reason why I say bittersweet is because, this is it. This is it for a lot of these characters. And, I don't know, just, it made me wake up this morning and, scroll through channels and see some of the old movies, or the old Marvel movies, like, the Iron Mans, the Thors, the Captain Americas, the Thor, Dark World, and stuff like that. And you know what?
I appreciate them so much more. And maybe that's just the geeky nostalgia in me that makes me feel that way, but it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably going to go and I'm going to probably watch all of these over the weekend, all over again, because honestly, this was a part of our lives, you know what I mean? Like, these movies, these films, we live for these. And to have them, to have this art, and you know what? A lot of those, quite a few of those movies were not good. They were not good. But knowing where they all led up to now and how things became for the future now because of this movie, even something like Thor Dark World, even with like other movies like The Incredible Hulk with the Edward Norton before Mark Ruffalo, even for Iron Man 3, you just appreciate these films so much more. Like, I go back in my mind and I remember seeing these films like in the making, reading articles and seeing it on social media of it in the making. And it didn't seem like it was that long ago. That's the crazy part that be bugging me. And I love where we came to with it. I absolutely love where we came to with it. It could have been a lot more than what it was, a little bit more eye candy, but this one has some meat and potatoes to it. This one has some depth to it. Like, you see what happens with each and every character and how the snap affected them over the course of time. I'm not going to tell you guys how long yet because this is a spoiler free and I'm trying to make this as spoiler free as possible. But all in all, like, you get to see how each character deals with what happened after that snap. And it's crazy. It's a crazy journey. It's a crazy ride. And I was here for it. For a 3-hour-long movie, and I didn't have to pee not once, and I had like a 32-ouncer, like way early on, with had stuff to drink beforehand. I was not bored. I was not bored in that theater whatsoever. they kept it to where they kept my attention for 3 hours.
Once again, not to say it's without fault. It has its faults for sure. Because there's a lot of things that just don't make sense, and hopefully it's not something like retcon, and they won't circle back to it later on in the other films or whatever. Hopefully they just circle back to it, and, you know, they just keep it in an area where the things from Endgame made more sense, and that all the stuff that happened in Endgame wasn't for nothing. That's the most I can say about that.
My favorite character of all time, of course, you know what it is, Captain America. Loved him in this film. He had more of a leadership role in this movie. He hasn't really had that much lately. He didn't have that really in Infinity War. I mean, you know he was the leader, but, you know, he was just more of the teammate that kind of just took charge when things needed to be taken charge of more than he was the leader. But in this film, he was definitely, for sure, the leader. Like Cap was that guy. And that's how it always should have been. But I love the build up to getting to this moment because he needed this moment. And even then, he still didn't have the moments that he needed, but the moments that we got with him, absolutely loved it.
There were some characters who were disappointments, but because I mean, me personally, I feel like they haven't utilized certain characters properly. One of which was Hawkeye, or slash Ronin. I still think he was amazing in this movie, but I mean, all in all, I still don't think they utilized him properly. I mean, like in the comics and in the shows and stuff, Hawkeye is probably like one of the better Avengers, and he's the one without powers. He's like the Batman of the Avengers. He might not have powers and things like that, but he saved all these superpowered homies quite a few times. So, you know, again, I feel like they underused him from the beginning to the end, but, you know, shout out to Clint Barton, my guy. He's still going to be one of the OGs of the crew, regardless.
There's just so many other things I can say, but I'm going to try and not because, again, spoiler free. I'm going to wait to get some people together and see if we can't discuss all the spoilers together because I have viewpoints, but they also have viewpoints, and I would love for us to hash out these viewpoints and we can make this a nice little long discussion. That video might run a little bit longer, but honestly, probably be a lot more worth it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm hoping on. So hopefully my spoiler-free one will be up either later tonight or tomorrow. More than likely tomorrow. Yeesh. But for now, this is the most I can say without talking too in depth about the movie. The first 15 minutes of the trailer. The first couple of trailers that they played are literally pretty much the first 15-20 minutes of the movie. It escalates super fast, and then once certain things happen, you're like, oh, okay, now what? Because then you're just wondering, like, okay, where else is it supposed to go? And then it goes there, and you're like,
oh, okay, I can see that. I can see that.
But like I said, all in all, I love this movie. Some people are going to hate it, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion about it. Like I said, it's still off in the distance. Anyway, like I said, it ain't like this movie ain't without fault. Overall, I still love the film. I can still respect this film for what it was and where it's ended everything at. Kinda. I still have my complaints about that, like I said, but overall, would I buy the movie? Absolutely. I will buy this movie so fast. I will pre-order this movie so fast. Like, to be a grown man and to either start getting tear jerky in the theater or for some to actually, you know, bawl out and cry and get emotional over these scenes. Because there's a lot of them in here. There's a lot of emotional scenes. They make you try and feel some things. And if you're a fan and you start from the very beginning, they pull out some of the hardcore stuff, man. They pull out some old stuff and they make you just feel that, like, dang, I remember he said that. Oh, I remember she did that. I remember she said that. Oh, I remember when they shared this moment. Oh my gosh, they tugging on my heartstrings. At least that's how it was for me anyway. I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, it definitely hit home for me in a lot of areas. And I love them for that. This movie was absolute fan service. Not at its finest, but it was definitely fan service, and I appreciated it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Avengers Endgame, spoiler-free review, man. Have you seen it? What did you think? If you haven't seen it, my nigga, you need to hurry up and go see that. God dang, all these planes flying around today, man. Anyway, what did you guys think? If you haven't seen it, go see it, and don't take anything that I have too hard to heart. Go in there with your own expectations, because you might have different expectations. I'm trying my best not to say anything in particular, so there's that. I don't think I'm saying too much that hasn't been shown in the trailers. So just go in there, go see it, and comment on me. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about what I said personally, and I'll always be here telling it like it is.
I'm just trying to pass all red lights and the stop signs. I'm ready to go. Before I get to the baby.